Today on Commonly Good MTG, we are retrofitting an older deck that we had, which was, I don't know, called Gruff Copies or something like that. And we're making it rotation proof. And we're changing some things around, things that make it more interesting or work a little bit better. So this is pretty much a brand new Dr. SuckIt original jam. And it likes to make copies of Gruff Triplets. If that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, and I got to tell you, my parents used to move around a lot when I was a kid, but I always ended up finding them. Dr. Yukon SuckIt. Yes, thank you. Film before a live studio audience. Thank you so much. Yukon SuckIt. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck of my own creation, which I have currently entitled Gruff Copies. It was previously called SIMIC. What was it called? SIMIC SEXTUPLETs or something like that. We were making copies of Gruff Triplets. But now we're going to be making copies like nobody can believe. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to be doing it like crazy. All right, so that all sounds great, doesn't it? Also, this deck is rotation proof, which means that you can play this one after August 2nd. It'll still be perfectly valid. You still got to find all of the rares and mythic rares to buy everything you need to put this thing together. But other than that, it shouldn't be too bad. Hopefully you got a bunch of them already. All right, so let's take a look at the cards that are in this deck. We'll talk a little bit how the deck should work, and then we'll go out and we'll crush some hopes and dreams. What do we got? We got Analyze the Pollen, which allows you to search for a basic land, put it into your hand, I believe it is. Yeah, you put it into your hand. And if you collect evidence, instead of just doing a land, you could do a creature or a land. And it doesn't even have to be basic at that point. So yeah, this can help you go find Gruff Triplets or Railway Brawler or whatever you need, right? Bushwhack, go get a land or go get into a fight. Smuggler's Surprise is used a Swiss Army knife, mill 4 cards, and then bring 2 creatures and or lands from amongst the mill cards into your hand. You can put up to 2 creatures from your hand into the battlefield for 6. Or you could give for 2 mana, creature control power Griff or greater, get hexproof and indestructible to the turn. Lots of utility there. This guy does card draw. This one bounces stuff back and proliferates. This is a mana dork. This is a mana dork. Potentially, you can use it to go fetch something awesome from... you can mill 7 and grab from the mill card and put it directly into the battlefield. Hopefully, it'll be good. If you have 7 mana, it'll be something awesome. This is a mana artifact. You can see we're kind of ramping as we're trying to do here, right? Card draw. So lots of card draw and ramp. This guy becomes a copy of something, some creature you would control. Yep. This guy gives you mana and has ward. This guy's got reach and trample, and then whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you put X popo counters onto it, where X is its existing power. We'll talk about why that's awesome in a second. Plus, you can plot him in if you need to. Hulking Metamorph, you can be a copy of any creature that you control, except for that its power and toughness is whatever the power and toughness of the Hulking Metamorph is. And we've got Gruff Triplets. All right, and so when these guys come out, you make 2 copies of it, and then whenever a Gruff Triplet dies, you put popo counters on all of its brothers and sisters equal to its power. So you kind of want to have at least one to die. That's a great way to go. And under that, we got a nice collection of dual lands and regular lands. All right, so how are we going to play this deck? All right, we'll want to ramp our way up, try to get to as quickly as possible so we can get our way to these guys quick. A little bit of card draw to try to get things in the right order. What we want to do is we want to, turn 1 and 2 will get us over to put out something like a Scrapgorger. So that means on turn 3, see, that's turn 2. On turn 3, then we could probably put out the Hulking Raptor. So on turn 4, we can hopefully put out maybe the Railway Brawler. So in turn 5, we can put out the Gruff Triplets. And so because the Railway Brawler's coming out, they're going to become 6/6s rather than 3/3s. And then if one of them dies, then that means that each of the other two is getting +6/+6. But then on the turn after that, you can play Hulking Metamorph or Visage Bandit so that you have copies of the Gruff Triplets. And all you need is one left out there, and then you can start making copies of them. And all of them will become 6/6s because of Railway Brawler. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. And once you start putting out the swarm, and they get stronger the more that your guys die, as long as they don't all die, then you're awesome. You're just doing good, and there's almost nothing they could do to hold it back. Not a lot of removal in here. What do we got for removal? We got Bushwhack and Serum Snare. I think that's about it. Other than that, it's just get guys out and go to town. All right, I think this is going to work out. I'm hoping for the best. That's what we're going to do. Before we go out and do our damage, though, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black King Toxrel, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear lamentations of the women. All right, we are going to be playing against deidadkratos. Deidadkratos. Deep. Definitely a lot more green than what we got there. That's 5, that's 6. This is really a minimum of 3. All right, Serum Snare is kind of cool. Might use this just to go looking for more lands. We need to get hold of some greens big time. Hope this guy doesn't try to counterspell me like a sucker. Dude, I am not doing anything important here. All I'm admitting to you is I got nothing good to do. There we go. One land, huh? All right, there's your third land. Congratulations. The question is, should I try to put anything out while this guy's still rocking a full bounty of cards, since he's obviously playing on my turn? He's trying to play counter spells. I haven't seen one yet, so that's why we're still playing. There's a counter spell. I already plotted him. All right, you're killing me, Jehoshaphat. Your deck sucks. All right, great. That's your turn. That's bad for us. That causes 0, but I don't think you have what it takes to counterspell them. How you doing with that 1 mana? All right, so you don't like the fact that I got a guy that could kill your guy. We would have to trade off if that's the case. And I'd probably just have to do it. Playing anything that's bouncy? All right, let's try this out. Nope, got it. No tax. All right, he is going to be unhappy. These results. What I wanted to do is get the other Gruff Triplet out, but I got to give this up now. You locking that in? All right, gone. And he's got another. All right, we're rocking it for 6. If you feel like killing one, then please do. Truckload of 6s. All right, you are down to 7. I cannot block your 12. I also don't believe that you can get to 17 in this turn. You'd have to drop every card in your hand. Are we going to see a potty pants? Is he gonna exit the game at this point? He realizes that he has no future. That was a good call. He's only got 1 mana left though. He's only get 2 more cards in the graveyard. That's just with the 14. All right, he's 15. Because of the 1 card he just played. I am sure you could do something else here. All right, that is not instant or sorcery. Still, you're only 15. All right, he's down to 2. That's it. We win the game. And we win! Boom, boom! Goes the room. All right, we were playing against Ashudiel. Alright, everything about this is fantastic, other than the fact it's going to take a while to build up to that level. Let's keep the poop dragons sleeping. Never see this card again in less than a month from now. Alright, we can get a Hulking Raptor next turn as long as we can keep Armored Scrapgorger alive. There we go. Grab that land. Beautiful. Alright, the whole future is Railway Brawler has to come out next. And then Gruff Triplets, and then Hulking Metamorph. Alright, so our plan is set. Trap is clean. The light is green. You can go ahead and kill a Hulking Raptor now if that's what you want to do. Yep, that's the one. I don't need him anymore. And they're all super buff. Alright, it's time for you to wipe the board. Which would be extraordinarily bad if you were to do so. Alright, I guess that's another way you can wipe the board. Victory! Alright, we're playing against Chapster. That's where you can go and download free bottles of chapstick. Keep bottles. I don't know what they are. Sticks? 3 sticks of chapstick from Chapster. Alright, let's get out. This guy's going to have 3 mana. Be great if Hulking Raptor were to show up. You are not who I am looking for. One and 2. Alright, we got 2 points in. These guys cost us 6. We've only got 5 mana. Ooh, we got to get up that 6 mana somehow. Let's put that off for a turn. Alright, there's 5. Let's pop this guy out. As you can. Oh, we got a 6. It's called the Bramble Familiar. Alright, good. We'll be able to put out our Gruff Triplets on the next turn. Don't kill it. I mean, I really don't care. The Gruff Triplets are way awesomer with the Railway Brawler. Let's put it that way. You should just attack, man. Oh, it's too late. You gave up on it already. Alright, that's fine. Gruff Triplets are still super cool. Now I don't even need Bramble Familiar anymore. It's because I don't have enough green mana. That's why I tapped Bramble Familiar, so I wouldn't have to take the damage. Guess who's big? Guess who's awesome? One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. This is gonna go over it the old-fashioned way. Oh, you're gonna like what I got after this, man. Even more. Alright, you are down to 2! Alright, I guess I'm not gonna be able to play all my thousands of guys. That should do okay. I bounced down to 11. All my guys are super pumped. And you're dead. You're dead, man. They were dead. 2 life? Sure, I could take 2 life. And we win! Winner, winner! Victory dinner! Alright, we're playing against Dio. As in Ronnie James Dio. 3 mana. Keep. These guys are cool, but they need people to copy. Alright, Botanical. Let's get out the Scrapgorger. Eventually I can bounce that dude back. You can see be just as effective when he comes back. All I'll be doing is slowing him down. Let's just put out the Bramble. We just got to go towards the ramp. I guess we could do both, right? Just take that Scrapgorger and use them for what I use them for. There we go. Alright, so we've got 5 mana. Yeah, he wants that land. It's funny, he wasn't willing to wait, but he would have picked up 2 more out of the deal. Yeah, they're up to 3s. 6. I should have picked land is what I should have picked. Alright, anyways, we can Hulking Metamorph next turn. Oh, damn! We'll get rid of that. Alright, he didn't put down a mana. He's got 2 now. Oh, there we go. God dang, look what my deck is doing. Look at this! I was swinging in with everybody. I'm totally willing to sacrifice at this point because they love it. That's really what you want to do, huh? Look at that! Yeah, I know. Potty pants. Potty pants. Victory. Alright, we're playing against Sergio 25. Let's go grab our forests. And again. And we're coming at this slow. Welcome to the board, Malcolm. Okay, I don't need the Bramble Familiar, so we'll just... Next one I gotta give up with the Serum Snare. Did like that guy. Alright, want to play it, I gotta do it this way. Just plot him. And I did it the wrong way big time. This is going to come in slow. Oh, the horrors. Well, I could do it. Here we go. I did not like what he just tried to do there, though. It was held up. Oh, great. It worked out fine. Things are going to happen, man. They're just going to happen. All right, let's give up on the land and be prepared. He's got 2 swamp. There's a possibility he could just wipe the board. He's going to need to do it because otherwise I'll just kill him on this next turn. He's only got 3 left, so he's out of the ability to wipe a board. And we win! Touchdown! Lava Bears! Alright, here we are with the Gruff Copies. Rotation-proof deck going straight into the future. And did I like it? I liked it a lot. Reason why is I love Gruff Triplets quite a bit. Let's take a look at Gruff Triplets. What was it about them? It's the fact that you make 2 copies of it as a token, and anytime one of them dies, you put Popo counters on its brothers equal to the amount that was killed. And so they could just jump straight up. As in, like, if only one dies, they both become 6s, and then it becomes like a 12 after that. They've all got trample. And what are we doing here? We're making copies of it. What are we making copies of with? Hulking Metamorph and Visage Bandit. Now, I wasn't sure which one was going to be better, so I put 2 of this one and 2 of this one in just to fill up the slot. Also, I got Railway Brawler in here because Railway Brawler is a great combo with Gruff Triplets. Big time. Big time, big time. Plus, he's not bad unto himself. Breach Trample 5/5, that is really good. Any other creature coming out gets counters equal to its power. Fantastic. What's great is you get that in the Gruff Triplets, and I mean, we've already talked about it, so let's just move on. I'm already all caught up on the synergy here. All right, who was the MVP? Who was the most valuable player? I'm going to say, like, right now, it's getting back to Hulking Raptor, just because Hulking Raptor gets you from 4 to 6, and that allows you to play everything in your deck at that point. This is a 4, but this is a 5, this is a 6. As soon as you got this, you can put out Railway Brawler, then you can put out Gruff Triplets. Is Hulking Raptor really the MVP? Let's take a look down further. I'm going to say, yeah, these other guys are kind of peeny. Smuggler's Surprise goes a long way. It provides you with a lot of utility, helps you look for those lands. It allows you to put out 2 guys at a time, which could be fantastic if you had 2 Gruff Triplets ready to go. You know, plus you can keep probably your Gruff Triplets alive. They have to have power of 4 greater, so these guys have to be greater than it. It's usually not hard if one of them dies. Real players know you got to leave these guys alone. Just let them be 3/3s. But I know that 3/3s are also Moneyball cards, and you got enough of them out, and they'll just win the game for you all by themselves. Yeah, I'm going to give it to Hulking Raptor. You're definitely the MVP. Moving it from 4 mana to 6 mana, definitely what the doctor ordered. You're not too far out to make you, but I can get you out by a 3rd turn a lot of the times, which means that by 4th turn, we can start laying down Gruff Triplets, and that is fantastic. So Hulking Raptor, you are the MVP. Congratulations, you are the ramp boy who's going to be played from this point forward all the time. All right, let's see. Was this deck competitive? I ended up with a 62% win rate. It was a fantastic deck. Yeah, man, that is well within competitive for me. It's not super competitive. It's not, you know, going to be at the top tier list of the meta out there, but it's definitely well within winning 2 out of every 3 games, which is a great way to go. All right, was this deck fun? Absolutely was fun. I loved it when we were able to just keep making Gruff Triplet after Gruff Triplet after Gruff Triplet. I mean, usually it only took you a 3rd round of Gruff Triplets to just win the game anyway. With their ability to get super strong and their ability just to trample, I mean, people would have to wipe the board, and luckily we never ran across any board wipes at that particular point in the game. So yeah, it was super fun. Early on, there's not a lot. I mean, we've got a lot going on too there. And I think adding creatures to help us out really made that deck a lot better than it was. Originally, I started playing around a lot with the instants and sorceries for going and getting mana, but you're not putting any creatures out. And so I ended up putting Scrapgorger in and Bramble Familiar and the Scoundrel, mostly this one for the card draw. But these 2 because we need to have some butts out there to help defend. And, you can always attack with the Bramble Familiar if you need to. But these guys get you into the Hulking Raptor, which is a turn 3 move. Yeah, so this felt like we were doing pretty good within the first 2 rounds. Still was slow. There was no ramp. But that, that's most decks, right? So yeah, I thought this was a fun deck. I totally dug it. I loved it when we were able to go things. So one thing I didn't like was that if you couldn't get the Gruff Triplets, did the deck feel like it was doing anything? Well, I got to tell you, with Hulking Raptor and Railway Brawler and just making copies of those guys, yeah, I was totally willing to go forth with that. All right, so yeah, it was a fun deck. Was this deck interesting? Absolutely. Why? Because we have not been playing it. You don't see it in the meta. This was, there was a version of this. I had an older one that I made rotation proof. That's what we're looking at right here. And it was totally great. The one card I don't like is Silver Scrutiny. And the only reason why is because I don't like the art. I did leave it in there, but I kind of just, my guts are telling me get rid of it because it feels weird when I look at the deck. So I don't know, maybe put something else in there instead, but still it does a good job of going and looking for the cards that you want. The big weird guy I want to talk about here is Analyze Pollen. Nobody is playing with this card, yet it's like Bushwhack in that you go get yourself a basic land. But if you can do Evidence 8, which if you get it later on enough, you got enough stuff in the graveyard, you go get a creature like Gruff Triplet and then put that in your hand. So yeah, man, I mean, why not? That's why I have 2 Bushwhack and 2 Analyze the Pollen, is because originally I had I think 4 Analyze Pollen, but I realized, sometimes I need to fight. But sometimes I just want to have the ability to go get whatever card I freaking want. So I 2'd that one, just like I 2'd Hulking Metamorph and Visage Bandit. Yeah, it was great that way. I thought it was a good thing to provide the utility of having one or the other, just depending upon what you drew. All right, so yeah, this was an interesting deck. I really liked it that way. I thought it was interesting, and the synergy and the combo-ness was fantastic. All right, so let's add that up. Was this deck competitive? Yes. Was it fun? Yes. Was it interesting? Totes my goats, which makes this into an A+ deck. And as I'm required by federal law to say, this deck is so choice. I would highly recommend you pick one up, should you have the means. All right, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. See you next time, Space Cowboys. Later.